You think you know war? What if I told you that the most peaceful war in history was over a pig? Yes, a pig. And not just any pig, but a pig with a taste for potatoes. Welcome to the Great Pig War of 1859, where the United States and Great Britain nearly went to war over a single, unfortunate porker. In the mid-19th century, the San Juan Islands, nestled between Vancouver Island and the mainland of Washington, were a disputed territory. Both American and British settlers lived there, with neither country having clear rights to the land. The stage was set for conflict, but not in the way you might expect. Enter Lyman Cutler, an American farmer. One fateful day in June 1859, Cutler's pig, a wandering soul with a penchant for mischief, decided to snack on Cutler's potatoes. Cutler, in a fit of rage, shot and killed the pig. This wasn't just any pig. It belonged to Charles Griffin, an Irishman working for the Hudson's Bay Company. The death of the pig sparked outrage. Griffin demanded $100 for the loss of his pig, which was a fortune back then. Cutler, refusing to pay, turned to the American authorities for support. This led to an unexpected escalation. American troops were dispatched to the island under the command of Captain George Pickett, later famous for his role in the Civil War. The British, not to be outdone, sent warships to the area. Suddenly, what began as a dispute over a pig had turned into a standoff with nearly 500 US soldiers facing off against the Royal Navy. The tension was palpable, with both sides contemplating the unthinkable. The situation was so absurd that it caught the attention of President James Buchanan and Queen Victoria. Both leaders, realizing the folly of war over a pig, intervened. They agreed to a joint military occupation of the island, which led to a period known as the Pig War. For over a decade, American and British forces coexisted on the island, sharing meals, trading goods, and even attending social events together. There was no real fighting. The only casualty was the pig, and the only shots fired were for hunting or sport. This was perhaps the most polite war in history. The conflict was finally resolved in 1872 by Kaiser Wilhelm I of Germany, who arbitrated the dispute. The San Juan Islands were awarded to the United States, marking the end of this bizarre chapter in history. But what can we take away from the Pig War? It's a poignant reminder that sometimes the smallest incidents can lead to the biggest misunderstandings. It also showcases the importance of diplomacy and humor in resolving conflicts. Imagine if every dispute was settled with a mutual agreement to share a space, rather than battle over it. The Pig War also illustrates the human capacity for finding common ground, even in the most unlikely circumstances. It teaches us that peace can prevail over conflict when approached with patience and a bit of humor. And in the end, it's a story that reminds us not to take ourselves too seriously. After all, history can be as humorous as it is dramatic. So next time you're in a dispute, remember the Pig War. Instead of escalating, perhaps share a meal, or in this case, a potato, and find a way to coexist. Because, as the Pig War shows, sometimes the best battles are those that never happen.